What's up, everyone? This is DYANAROZAY. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the show. We are back live again, y'all. We got some things to talk about that came out this a little earlier today. So go ahead if you guys can hear me. You know what to do. Please drop your city in the chat. I will call you out and then we will get started. Okay, I got 41 of you watching right now, which is wonderful. 29 of you have hit the like button. So, everyone, if you could, please hit that like button. Sometimes YouTube does not send out the notifications properly to everyone. So, it just helps. It helps people receive their notifications. So, okay, I see you guys. I see Lansing, Alexandria. What's up, Birmingham? Or excuse me, Durham. That is Durham. Sorry about that. Richmond, Sarasota, Pammy, Chicago, Rochester, New York, Indianapolis, New Jersey, Riverview. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cleveland, Ohio. What's up, Miss Uppity, Dee Dee, Connie Burns? Hey, everybody. Okay, let me get myself on camera, just making sure that I can see everybody. Let me get my comments up. All right. Welcome to the channel, you guys. We're going to get started because it's late, but you guys have been with me every night so far this week. So we're just going to keep it rolling. It's been cool. It helps me with my insomnia. So I think the late videos are working for me at the moment. But let me get you guys, get your chat up. So I do have Linda Gamble. I see her on as a mod. Anyone that you see with a purple wrench behind their name, they are mods. They're here to make sure that we have a good time in the chat. Make sure that everybody, is just cool. Yes, the Supreme Team. Thank you, Bree, for shouting out the Supreme Team. That is my little group of followers. I appreciate you guys. So the Supreme Team 6. Yes, you like the hat? Thank you so much. I still have boxes of hats. So I was actually going to do a hat giveaway. I want to customize it like you see here. And we're going to do a giveaway in a couple of weeks. Okay. So somebody's going to get one. How about that? Someone's going to get one for free. And then everybody else, yeah, word of mouth, y'all can hook it up. So I appreciate you. I know it's been a while, but this is actually more of a winter style hat. So when the summer came out, I knew it was going to be too hot for you guys to, purchase this and wear. But these are the winter, fall, or fall, winter. I sound like Sheree. Oops, my bad. But this is the fall style hat. So anywho, welcome Dream Team or Supreme Team. I see Nola Darling is in the house. Thank you so much. Okay, so let everybody's comments rock, okay? As long as they're not using like racial slurs, homophobic slurs, anything like that. Y'all can have your opinions about stuff. I understand things get sensitive for you sometimes. Just keep in mind that we are just talking. We're having a nice chit chat. Let me put my banner up, okay? We're having a nice chit chat. That's not the banner. My bad. Here it is, where we are discussing reality TV, pop culture news. Everything that we say is just, our opinion. It's alleged. We want to protect ourselves. Oops, excuse me. Got my phone talking loud over here. But let's just keep it cute. Please tell me the name of the hair you have, Bree. It is. I'll do you a favor, Bree. After this, I'm going to post the name in my IG stories because I don't know it offhand. I just remember the packaging is like red and white. And it's for a fluffy twist, if I'm not mistaken. That's what it says, fluffy twist on it. So I'll have to, if you send me a message on Instagram, DM me over there and I will shoot it over to you. Promise. Someone asked me about the lipstick. I have on like 3 different lipstick colors. So it's not one. It's like a plum, like fire engine red, and then some other stuff. I just mix them until they look right. Okay. Yeah, so Betty Williams, McWilliams said, time change activates her insomnia. Yes, I have been taking the same exact thing. I just bought them at Whole Foods, ashwagandha gummies. And yeah, so yeah, it does help a little bit. But thank you for that. Um, they have like a melon and a ginger flavor to it. It can be a little strong. Let's see. Anywho, thank y'all for coming. Let me get into it. Y'all saw the thumbnail, right? I had Jen Shah on there, and then I also had Shirley Strawberry. Uh, Jen Shah, y'all may remember her from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She did a prison term. I think it started last year. She is actually, she was sentenced to 6.5 years for defrauding the elderly. She had a telemarketing scam, like pyramid thing, I think, where she was basically getting credit card numbers, stuff like that. And she ran it nationwide, and she went to jail for it. She kept saying she was innocent, innocent, right up until the day she was supposed to go into court, and then she pled guilty that day, right? And a lot of people on the show knew about it. If you guys watched the show that season, it wasn't last season, which would have been season 3, I believe. I think it was season 2. The FBI actually showed up on the filming set. They were in a parking lot about to take some sort of trip as a cast. The FBI, the helicopters, everything came down on Bravo's set that day where they were, and basically pulled their badges. And the producers and stuff was like, "Is this a joke?" They said, "It is not a joke. We are the FBI. We are here for Jen Shah." They went onto the bus, and all of her castmates were like, "Oh my God," oh, like screaming, "This can't be happening." And yeah, Jen had gotten tipped. She was tipped off that the FBI was coming for her. So she made the bus stop. She jumped off the bus, got into someone else's car. I think someone else had came behind that bus and said, "Listen, girl, do you guys remember that episode? That was hilarious." I know everybody is like always talking about, things that, thank you, Bree. I got your message. So after this, I'll send it to you. Okay. Bree is serious about getting the name. Okay, let me make sure that I am showing up on camera properly. I'm sorry, my camera lens was down. But yes, if y'all remember the episode, and if you don't, it is worth watching, which I promise you is worth watching. Go back and watch that episode. FBI came, at least it felt like 20 cars deep. They stopped everything. They also had helicopters in the sky. I don't know how fast the camera crew got to Jen's house, but baby, they booked it, because once they got there, FBI was showing up at her home, having her sons and husband come out of the house with their hands up, laying on the ground. It was bad. Okay. It was bad. I know we have these backdoor conversations about, other people, but I started thinking about how often this happens on reality TV with people. It happens a bit. This isn't just, and it doesn't just happen to us. It happens to everybody on these shows. So anywho, it's just good to, put things in perspective sometimes. Thank you so much for keeping up with my likes. 150 of you are watching. 71 of you only have hit the tap. So go ahead and tap, tap, tap that like button for me, please, and thank you. Anywho, I brought up Jen Shah to say that Jen Shah, of course, is now on this new season. And I watched the episode today. I believe it may have come out yesterday, though. But I watched it today. Season 4, first episode. Mary Cosby is back. Mary Cosby is hilarious. Hilarious. Okay. Let me look for her picture. I know I put it up. Here we go. Mary Cosby came on the show and she was still doing her one-line zingers. They had another cast kind of episode of participation, and they were supposed to throw snowballs at each other. And before the girl got the words out of her mouth, Mary said, "No, I'm not doing that." And then she went inside and watched everybody out the window. And this was her watching everyone out the window while they threw snowballs at each other. And I was like, if that is not the Black girl anthem, no, I'm not doing that. Listen, I'm not doing any of that crazy shit that y'all do. It was hilarious, but I love that. What else did I want to share with you guys about the show? So this lady right here, this is the new housewife for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Her name is Monica Garcia, and she is actually the one who dropped the dime on Jen. She's the reason why Jen is in jail right now. Jen had talked to her about the business and what she did. She was like, listen, you want to make $600,000 a year real fast? And after she told her what she needed to do, she said a friend of hers who was a part of, FBI, and they basically told her to stay away from Jen. They will be handling it from that point forward, and that is how this all went down. So, wow. Uh, Bravo and Andy Cohen has greenlighted Monica Garcia as the new Salt Lake City housewife, and she is basically telling everything she can about Jen Shah. She's having all kinds of conversations with the cast. She's basically saying she was a friend to nobody. It is quite interesting, the road they're taking with Jen Shah right now. So that is why I brought her up, since we're going to be talking about jail and phone calls. Let's see if we get any phone calls from jail from Jen Shah. We know that her husband is no longer participating with the show. He declined. They did ask him if he could, return and, do some scenes, and he said no. So, let me get your comments on all of this, okay? Mildred said, what? Yes, Mildred, child, it's a problem. Pamela said, yes, Mary. Listen, Mary is amazing. Mary had gotten kicked off, I believe, second season because she felt really picked on. She didn't, and it was about, her being married to the man. It was actually her step grandfather. That was the big controversy in the show, that she was married to her grandmother's husband, not blood related, but she ended up marrying him, inheriting the church and whatever money, that church, brought with it. And she just felt real down about it. Didn't want to go to the reunion, so she didn't. And if you don't go to the reunion, that's an automatic, fire. They let you go. And she's been brought back on in the capacity of friend of the show. However, she stole the show. So first episode, not even a housewife, stole the whole entire show. I could not wait for her scenes to show up. And the camera loves her, by the way. She's great. So yes, yes, yes. Let's see what else is you guys talking about. What are you talking about in the chat? Let's see. 184 of you are watching. We are about to get into this phone call. The second phone call with Shirley Strawberry, or this would be the fifth, but it's the second I'm going to play on here. Let me see. Sonia said, instead of snitches get stitches, you get a reality show. Yeah, she got a whole. I don't know what the Salt Lake City girls get. Are they considered snowballs? What is their thing? Like the Atlanta girls get peaches. What do the Salt Lake City girls get? Poor Shirley. Okay, let's get into Shirley. That's what y'all came here for. So let's get into her. Let me get her picture up. Here we go. So we had another phone call from Shirley. We're about to break it down. And I also have some posts that I had played in another video. I'm going to post those because I think Shirley believed that she had scrubbed her IG clean, but she did not. I have found some posts regarding her and her husband a couple of months ago. So I'm going to show those again for those of you who did not get a chance to see it. But she had, she was talking to Ernesto about the job. She said that she had told her boss, Steve Harvey, for the first time what was going on in her life. And she said that is because he was being dragged in social media, Facebook and the like. People were saying Shirley Strawberry of the Steve Harvey Show. And she knows that he doesn't like that. In fact, he recently, if not within the last 2 weeks, came on social media and said that he had to fire his social media manager because he had put out a post saying something like, who do you think is the worst comedian? And he said that he doesn't do things like that. He said, I like to keep a very positive platform, and that he felt it was ruining his brand. So he let that person go. There was no reprimand. There was no warning. He said, he's out of here as of that moment. He or she, whoever that hire was. And now We have Shirley Strawberry, who clearly has her own set of problems. That's her husband. That's things that's going on with her. But Steve Harvey's name is being dragged uh, in her business. A lot of people have said that they believe Steve Harvey um, set Ernesto and Shirley up. Now, I've read some things that said that isn't accurate, that it was someone else. And based on the phone call that I heard today, I do believe that it was not Steve who set him up because, or set the two of them up, because later in the call, Shirley says that Steve invites me to his home all of the time. Steve invites me to his home all of the time. And this was before this incident even went down, before her husband went to jail. So if Steve knew them both and thought that Ernesto was a good person to, you know, introduce her to, it seems like they would have both been invited. But that's not how she said it. And also, when he was talking about Shirley's boss, he spoke about him like he was someone he didn't know. He was like, how's your boss and what does your boss think? He never, had a conversation like they were friends or that they even knew each other. So I do believe, my opinion, Steve did not hook them up based on this phone call. So I wanted to say that. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Ruthie said that she feels like Shirley is undercover and trying to get her husband to incriminate himself, in her opinion. Interesting. Let's see what else y'all got to say. Oh, here we go. Show Style and Spirit. Thank you, Chow. Show Style and Spirit has her own YouTube channel, which I do follow. She's really awesome. So if you guys wanted to check her stuff out, if you're not on her page already, she said that the Salt Lake City girls hold snowflakes in their promo. So thank you, Chow. I appreciate that update. I figured it was snowflakes or snowballs or something, Chow. 198 of you watching, 121 likes. Let's support the Supreme Team. Okay, we're missing an S, but you guys are called the Supreme Team. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we're gonna get it started. What else did I want to share with you guys before we start this video, or before we start the audio? What else did she say? I think that's it. We'll stop and go like we did yesterday. And then you guys keep talking to me in the chat, and I will definitely post your comments, okay? Let's see. And Nola, do you think about Mel's post today? Okay. Tell me which post you're referring to. Are you talking about her posting the promo for the show? I had posted that to my Facebook page. So Kat said, what do you think about Melody's post today? So I'm checking Instagram right now to see if I missed something. Because maybe I did, child. I'm not sure. I'm assuming you're referring to her post about the show and saying that she hopes that everybody is able to still be good with each other before it's all said and done or over, which I kind of laughed at because we already know there's a scene between Kiki and Tisha where they are not good. But everybody else, I think she's saying that she's pretty much good with all the girls or all the ladies on the show, which is cool. They don't have to be friends, and I do believe that. I think they can just be cool. So if you mean something else, let me know, okay, Kat? All right, so that you guys aren't waiting any longer, let's get to this tape, okay? All right, here we go.
No, I just told Steve yesterday. Tosh was telling me I should tell him and all that stuff, and she was like, "Well, he was gonna want to know." I said, "Well, if I don't tell him, and he asks me, I'll just tell him because I just couldn't talk about it. I just, I didn't know. I just didn't want to deal with it. I couldn't talk about it. He'll understand." So anyway, I just called him and I told him, and he was all right. He asked me if I needed anything, and I told him no, I was okay. I don't want to ask him for anything money wise, but thank you for offering. And if I do need something, I'll let him know. Oh, okay. Okay. So.
Okay, so I just wanted to play that part. I'm gonna stop it because I think that's like we all were trying to figure out how close Steve and Shirley were, because she's been working with him for a long time. And I think that he really wants to see her do well. I think that he respects her. I think that he liked having Shirley Strawberry on his show. Um, and her saying with everything that she has going on in her life right now, him and her for the very first time saying, "Hey, this is what's going on with me and my husband." Him reaching out and saying, "Listen, is there anything that you need?" And she said no, and that she appreciated the offer. Basically saying that it was very possible he was also offering her money, like, if there's something that you need, let me know.
Had to say about the whole situation. He didn't have too much to say. He just said, find out everything that I could. And depending on the outcome, I got to start moving forward with my life. That's, and I said, yeah, I know. I'm going to start looking for a place on Monday. I mean, yeah. Right. Okay. Okay. So that means that he's saying that I'm guilty. That's basically what he's saying. Well, no, he didn't say that. No, he didn't say that. He just said that you gotta, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. You just gotta make sure you're got your stuff together, and you still gotta move forward. That's all he said. He didn't say you were guilty. He didn't say any of that. Oh, I mean.
Okay, so stopping there, I also want to say that this recording was from November of 2022. And let me give credit to the person who actually posted this video. It is a public video, but it's still coming from another page. So let me give you that information too, real fast. I think it's called Phone Calls from Prison is the name of the actual video, or the name of the channel, Phone Calls from Prison. So you can actually listen to that if you'd like. But anyways, him coming out and saying, oh, basically he's saying that I'm guilty, and Shirley's being real careful. Like, no, he's saying to me, because again, if these two were friends, if Steve Harvey and Ernest were friends, I think he would have kind of addressed that differently. But her saying, no, the connection for Steve is through me. So he's telling me to make sure that, I check everything out, and then understand that if this doesn't look the way it's supposed to, you need to move on with your life. And I just thought that was interesting. Not him saying that's my boy or anything like that. I don't believe it. Not even weighing in on his guilt or innocence. So that's why I don't believe Steve had anything to do with setting these two people up. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Let's play the rest.
I mean, he might feel that way, but that's not what he said. Oh, okay. Okay. I said it's okay. It's the truth will come out. The truth will come out. Right. I mean, I've seen all that. I've seen your boss go through a lot of shit too. Still standing. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't being judgmental. He didn't judge or anything. Not to my face, anyway. I've never gone through anything like this before, ever. Ever. My name in the papers associated with crimes and all this kind of stuff. Your name in the paper. Put your name in the paper. I mean,
so I'm stopping it right here because just like yesterday, I told y'all I thought he was being real nasty to her. Clearly, this woman is embarrassed, and she has every damn right to be. Like she said, she's never been through anything like this before, never had her name in any type of paper, whether it's social media or whatever, on the news. And she's like, listen, this is hard for me. And the way he kind of just like tries to beat her down a peg, where your name in the paper at, where that kind of thing, sir, Stop acting like you don't know what this woman is going through. Look, you at this point, I think he had been in jail for about 9 months. She's not used to it. You may be, but she isn't. Okay, let me finish this up.
The papers in the news, okay?
What is that? I ain't seen that.
Oh, but it's, well, okay, on Facebook last night, it was on their co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Husband was arrested. Shirley Strawberry, co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show's husband was arrested for fraud or whatever.
Okay, so you say on Facebook. Facebook what?
What do you mean Facebook? Well, I don't know. It was on Facebook. One of those shows. Somebody had it on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
we saw it last night.
Oh, you saw it last night?
We saw it last night. It's on there.
Oh, is that it?
Come on, hon. Come on now.
No, I'm just trying to figure out if it's really out there. Cause guess what? They got to retract all that.
Yes, it's really out there. My cousin in Chicago called me and said, she saw something on the internet. Is it true?
Okay, so again, Shirley back in October, November attempted to scrub her pages clean, but she did not do a good job, or whoever she had help her do it didn't do a good job. So I wanted to show you guys a couple of posts that I had saw on her page a little earlier. I actually saw some last year and a little earlier this year. So this is from Nesto's page. He actually said, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." So I think maybe people were saying things to her, and he ended up posting this: "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue which rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. This is the heritage of servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is from me, says the Lord." Then he goes to quote Isaiah 54:17. "Every man should have a strong woman beside him, no matter the journey or path." Hold on, let me take this ticker off so y'all can see all of it. And then he says, "No matter the journey or path you're on, I love you, my cotton candy." That is what he calls his wife. So that's Shirley Strawberry's nickname, Cotton Candy. Whoo, child. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that, okay? So he had posted that on her page, y'all, letting her know that, you know, he knew that she was going through some things, but that has since been deleted, okay? What else did he post? Let me just show y'all all of it. These were what I found on her page a couple of months back. At this point, it had been up for about 287 weeks. Y'all can see that at the very top. And someone is basically warning her, your husband, Ernest, is out here using your name and credibility to take other people's money without any inclination of providing what he says he will. He owes me, what is this, $10,000 or a title to a slingshot I purchased from him months ago. He also stole another man's, I believe it says, $20,000 with promising him a vehicle, which he has yet to follow through with. The holidays may be happy for you, but for me, they aren't so happy. He is playing with other people's livelihoods to further himself and get by with what he needs to get by with. I've given plenty of time and chances for him to do the right thing, only to be lied to countless times. Enough is enough. Check that out. Let me see what else. Someone else said this: "Tell your husband that I still have the recordings of our conversation and text messages, etc. at the shade room. He needs to handle our business." This was 219 weeks previously on her page, okay? Had been posted there for about 219 weeks. Someone else said, "Saw your husband at the barbershop, or saw your husband's barbershop on Married to Medicine. Very nice. Love to see people winning." Someone else addressed her directly and said, "I guess women will do anything to keep a man, and that your husband is out here sleeping with," and then they said, "sick-ish. This is all alleged. He is considered innocent until proven guilty." I am just showing y'all some of the stuff that was posted on her page that she's saying, she had a hard time with. She was like, "It's disgusting." They were saying very hurtful things. And he was like, "About who? About us? About you and I?" disappointed in your support of an abuser. So it was getting pretty deep, okay? All right, let me take this down. Let's finish this up.
Somebody else called me, said that it was in Maryland. Yeah, it's out there. I think it was on, somebody said it was on CNN. I don't know because I didn't see it on CNN, but my cousin called me out of the blue and said that it's out there in Chicago. So what I'm saying is that it's out there, and this is difficult. But I mean, I'm not dead or anything like that, but it is difficult. That's all I'm telling you. It is difficult. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying, this is it is what it is.
Well, I'm like I said, I'm good. I ain't mad. I got past the mad part. I ain't mad no more. I ain't none of that no more. I see what's going on. They put me on TV. They trying to fish for something. They ain't got shit. So it is what it is. You trying to put me with people that I don't even know nothing about. So it's what it is. I mean, it's simple. It's common sense. Anybody got some sense, they'll see that.
Well,
so again, these tapes were from months ago, last year, so almost a year ago. I would be interested in hearing like recent tapes, if there are any. Like, I'd love to hear what he's saying now that these charges have happened, the indictment has happened. We remember when they had that court case. When they had the court case and they asked the judge, or the judge asked his lawyer, whose home did he want to go back to, his wife's or the girlfriend? Y'all remember that? Like, I would love to hear recent tapes to see what that's about.
Don't, you got to think about people that, there are a lot of haters out there in the world too. It's not common sense.
Yeah.
People want to see you fail. People want to see you go down. I only told Steve, and that's only because they said co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. They put his name in it.
Oh, that's why. Well, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, I mean, that's okay. Whatever, even if I didn't do anything, it's still whatever.
Right.
I have a right to handle this how I handle it,
Now, you do. You definitely do.
Yeah, it's a lot. If I don't feel like talking about it, I don't feel like talking about it, period. I don't. I mean, there are enough people out there, I'm sure, that are running their mouths. It was all on my Instagram. I had to cut my Instagram off.
Doesn't it sound like she's going through this by herself? Like, he is not supporting her at all. Sonia said that he should be more understanding. She is telling him how she feels, and he's talking about what he's going through. I agree 100%. That's what I said. I was like, she's literally protecting you. She's still protecting you, and not knowing how to sort out her own feelings because she's embarrassed as all hell. So she's just sitting in this space wanting her husband to be, I guess, innocent, but at the same time, that little voice that is sitting in your head that is saying, "Girl, this is it's not what you think it is." She is beating the hell out of that voice. She is trying to pretend like she doesn't hear it, and she's hoping that he says something that validates her, and he doesn't. He never does.
It was like that deep?
Are you kidding me? Yes.
Wow. So you had to cut it off.
Well, yeah, I had to turn the comments off and all of that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you. Wow. Okay then. Well.
Yeah, because there was that really horrible things
about me and you.
Just hurtful things. Yeah, very hurtful, very damaging. All of that. Just hurtful things. Very hurtful.
Wow.
Mean things.
Damn.
So I just cut it off.
Who showed y'all that? Tosh?
Yeah, but I knew it was going to be on there. Yeah, Tosh found one because she was looking, but I wasn't looking for it, but I knew they were on there. I already knew. Because that's what people do. They go to your social media and make comments, Okay,
so how...
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Hold on one second. I got a message from someone who is sharing.
Your boss said he ain't seen you in 3 years, so how you feel?
He saw me in Dubai, but yeah.
Okay, that's right. Okay,
he's fine. He just has a lot going on, a whole lot.
Like everybody else.
Yeah. But when you got that kind
See what?
I said, when you got that kind of money, it's a whole lot. A lot of people working for them,
Yeah.
He gets super excited when she's talking about Steve's money, though. I know that. And she's like, he has a whole lot of money. A lot of people work for him. He has his own problems. And he's like, what now? What? Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of people pulling at him,
Yeah, man. I can imagine that. I definitely can.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, but like you say, everybody has a lot going on their own level.
That is true.
His winded going up those stairs.
He was getting winded?
Oh, he was really out of breath.
For real?
Yeah.
What about them pills he talking about you gonna get?
They weren't pills. It's like a superfood powder. It's not. I thought it was pills too. I wish it was.
So I'm stopping it here. But look how interested he is in what Steve is doing. Even as something as, insignificant as the pills. What about those pills you were going to get? Like, she's like, it's a powder, whatever. But why is he even interested in that at all? Why? He's more interested in what Steve has going on than just saying, consoling his wife and saying, I'm sorry that I put you in this mess. I'm sorry that I may have jeopardized your job. Any of those things. He never apologizes. Never.
Take, but this is like, sometimes I take those powders and put them in the blender with ice. That's what this is.
Oh, does it work?
I don't know. I just got it yesterday.
Did he say it worked for him?
Yeah, he said it worked. He said he won't have any inflammation and all that. Because my knees really hurt.
You gonna be able to walk up and down the stairs?
I do it every day, 10 times a day.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's fat. But yeah, I push myself. I make myself do it.
Okay, hey, guess what? That's why you snapped back then. Okay, all right, then. I forgot about that. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I still have quick reflexes. Don't be fooled.
Okay, all right.
Still have quick reflexes, yes.
Okay, all right then. Well, then that's good. That's good.
You know what? They have Marjorie has her own spa, her own workout room, and her own spa. And she could go in there and get massages every day. People come to her house and and work her out and all of that. I was like, oh God, what a dream.
Does she look old though? Does she look like she's getting old?
No, I haven't seen her, but she looks good on her pictures.
Oh, she ain't there?
No, she's not there. If she was there, we probably wouldn't have been all over the house.
Child, that tickled him. But listen, with everything that Marjorie and Steve have going on right now, we've never heard Marjorie and Steve come out against, like, bloggers do say that they'll receive like letters or whatever, but they don't typically get on their platforms and call anyone out, right? Until just recently, both Steve and Marjorie made comments against this cheating rumor that is out there. I think there was a couple of people that went to a blogger, people who would have worked for Steve, that went to a blogger and made certain statements about Marjorie cheating and maybe looking for a way out the marriage. They also said that Marjorie fired all of Steve's, long-term staff when she had come in and things like that. And now Shirley is kind of saying the same thing. And if anything happens, this may be why. If anything happens to her in her job, because I really think that Steve would want her to be okay. She is up there in age. The check she gets from the Steve Harvey show is probably much bigger than what she would receive in Social Security, things like that. It sounds like she needs to work. It's a good job for the most part. But if anything happens, it could be because of this, because I don't think Marjorie likes for people to play on her name. And I don't think Steve does either.
But he's done it. No, he's scared.
Damn, sure right. God, what you say? He's scared. Golly.
All of that, yeah.
Who says golly? I have never heard a grown man say golly outside of Barney Fife.
Everything. I knew I wasn't supposed to be in there, but he brought us in, so I said, okay. But, I mean, I'm glad he did because it gives you a chance to dream, It's like, wow, have a sauna in your house, have a steam room, all the things that you go outside of the house to do. Not that, but things like that I would love to have inside, so I wouldn't have to go outside for those. Like get my hair done, get my nails done, get a massage. People come to you. Yeah. Yeah, and then she gets in these little you've seen these chambers where people get in. Like remember they used to talk about Michael Jackson having that tube like thing he used to get in.
Yeah. Oh damn.
Yeah.
You're talking about, okay, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, she's got stuff like that in her spa, which is really cool.
What the chamber do?
Yeah, I guess it helps your skin, stay tight, and it's light therapy, that ultraviolet light.
Damn.
It helps. I mean, they got, it's really cool the things that they have. It's like, man, I would love to have stuff like that. To be able, like for my knees, for example, just go in there, get a massage, get my knees worked on, all of that. They got all of that kind of stuff. Like she'll have a chiropractor come to the house. It's just really cool.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they so trying
They got money. They got money.
He is really impressed with it. Yeah, they are strangers. So that's why I said he does not know Steve from a hole in the wall. Steve did not introduce these two. So I wish that we could probably change the narrative on this because I know a lot of people have been saying it, but that's not possible. He doesn't know that man.
But does he use that stuff or he just look at it?
He got a big, gigantic gym, like huge, with all kinds of state-of-the-art equipment. I mean, I'm not working out, but at least I'm walking. I'm trying. I wasn't winded going up those stairs, I'll tell you that. He was breathing like,
for real?
Yes.
Damn. But he got all that stairs and all that stuff in there doing all that?
Yeah, I was really surprised about that. Because when he walked up those stairs, he was very winded. Very winded.
But he smoked a cigarette too, though. See?
Yeah, he smokes cigars. And I don't know if he does cardio. I think he just lifts weights and stuff. I don't know if he does cardio. You got to do something for your heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to do that now. Damn.
Yeah. So, yeah, he was very winded. So last night when I got home, I came home about 4-something. I lied down from about 5 to 6 or something 6 to 7. And then I got up and walked. I was like, I don't want to be winded. And I'm 3 years older than he is.
Damn.
So
I know.
Steve is 66. Shirley is 69 as of this year.
Yeah, you a big ass hug. I know he did.
Yeah, he did. He was happy to see us.
Okay, all right, okay.
He always invites us over there. We don't ever go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear that? She said he always invites us over there, but we don't ever go.
That's good.
Because I don't even know if she's there, and she's nope.
Damn. Wow.
She looks at us as the help,
You did tell me that. That's not a good feeling.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. And that's, it is what it is. Whatever. No, I just told.
So when she was referring to us, she was referring to the work crew. So she said her and her, fellow coworkers or whatever, they're invited to his home all the time, but they don't ever go because Marjorie treats them like the help. So anywho, as of right now, she does. The tape said I'm sorry about that. I'm reading comments. Nola said, does Shirley still have a job? And yes, she's still on the radio as far as I know. the audio that we just listened to was from last year. So we have to see if there's any repercussions from that. Um, who knows? Who knows? I don't know if she expected that to happen. But let's see. Um, he has a huge ego, huge ego. And yeah, Steve cuts ties quick. I agree. That's some of the things I was saying. We just watched him publicly announce that he was letting his PR or social media manager go because he didn't like something that he said. So when I did used to listen to Steve Harvey, he used to say like about his is it nephew Tommy, which I believe is his real nephew. He used to say all the time, I would not mess with you if you weren't my sister's son. Like the things that he would say to him sometimes, and you was hoping it was a joke, but I don't think it was. Anywho, where is this man from? Are you talking about Ernesto? To be honest, I think he is from Georgia. I think he's from Georgia. Anywho, I had pinned the link. If anybody wants to come up for a couple of minutes, we'll do like a 15-minute chit chat and see if you guys have anything to say about any of the topics we discussed today. People going to jail on reality TV. But, it's the way social media works right now. Anybody can be a victim of having all of your information, your whole life posted on some page or situation. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he was brutal for sure. I thought he was brutal. I thought that, she was trying to entertain him with stories about Steve. He likes to hear stories about Steve, clearly. Him even asking Shirley if Marjorie looked old. Like, oh, did she look old? Like, well, she's younger than all of you, including Steve. So why would you even ask her if she looked old? I thought that was weird. But uh, did she look old? No, she's beautiful to me. But at some point, I feel like Shirley was just trying to keep the conversation up. But anywho, Tennessee girl said he is a BAN. That stands for bitch, a ninja. Okay. What's up, everybody? Okay. So yeah, that's a short video. I totally understand if you guys want to take a break for tonight. If you guys don't want to come up, but I wanted to let you hear all of that. Really, all it showed us is that this is the video or audio that came out after it sounds like the car got confiscated. She also said in this audio that the staff that works for Steve Harvey, including Steve, they had not seen each other in 3 years, and I believe that's due to COVID. So COVID hit in 2020. Everybody had been working from home, and she said that they had not seen each other at all for 3 years until they all took a trip to Dubai. And then he invited Shirley and some of the other girls, probably, what's the girl that works with him? Probably invited them to his house. Um, she said that they only got a chance to see all of his house because Marjorie was not home. So he showed them all around. He was real proud of it. But they hadn't seen each other in over 3 years. So, I'm sure he's super happy to see her, super happy that she's doing well. They've all taken like pictures and things recently. They did like a little photo shoot. So they have come together. Carla is the name. Thank you, Veronica. So Carla's the other lady that works on the show. Steve Harvey, nephew Tommy, a guy named Junior, um, and Shirley Strawberry. So, yep, those are the folks. Someone said, Mildred said, I thought Shirley and Steve were closer. Yeah, you get the impression that they're closer. They've worked together for a lot of years, over 20 plus years, I believe they have been together. So they do have a good work relationship. And I do believe, like I said at the beginning, that he wants her to get through this. I mean, even saying to her, this is something that a friend would say to you. Like when he gave her away, right? He walked her down the aisle and gave her away to her husband. And for him to say when she had told him everything, I need you to research this, figure out what's true, what's false,
and then make decisions, because you need to move on with your life no matter what. Don't, lay down and die for this person, especially if they put you in some shit, in a situation that you don't deserve to be in. Her on the phone saying to him, "This is what Steve told me," and then saying, "I've never ever had this type of stuff attached to my name before," and him just say, "Really? Oh, wow." You know what I'm saying? Like, never once did he say, "I know, baby, it's going to be okay. It's not true." Even if he's lying, he never said that. But she did. She was like, I know, it's not like I'm dying. Well, honey, you could have a heart attack any day, or a stroke from all of the stuff that's going through your head right now. You could die. Uh, People have died for, much less, but people die of embarrassment. Let's see. Monica Remy said he was setting her up. He knows the relationship, and he knew at that point calls were recorded, and he used it to his advantage. Okay. So you think that this call he was using to his advantage to make her feel or make people think something? He was really rude to Tommy. Believe you're talking about Steve on the show. Yeah, he used to get Tommy together on that show. I haven't watched or listened to it in a long time, but yeah. But Shirley definitely is under a lot of stress. Um, Sometimes that stuff can run around in your head all day, and it can put you in situations where you could, do harm to yourself. So, anywho, you guys, we've been on for about an hour, and it doesn't look like anyone wants to come up and chat about anything. So, I am going to sign off, and we can do it again tomorrow, child. Um, but yeah, I agree. He's a con artist. People are saying that he's a con artist. He does have a criminal history. These calls are interesting. It gives us a lot of information. Hey, Kevin. Everybody's coming in. Okay, so we have 319 of y'all watching, 313 now. If y'all could hit the like button on your way out, that would be much appreciated. And we'll just keep following up every time these calls drop. We will come on and talk about it. Oh, hold on one second. Let me follow up with one of you who asked me a question about Melody, because someone had sent me a message. Someone sent me a message, so give me a second to listen to it. Okay. She said that Melody was letting people know that she has security on deck. So there was a little officer over there with his had something on his waist, and she was letting us know that she's okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I didn't see that part. I must have just kind of tapped through it pretty fast. I saw that she was promoting the show, but hopefully all is well with Miss Melody. And like I've told you guys 101 times, I believe that she's a very smart woman, and that she takes care of herself in ways that older people still haven't learned to do yet. Case in point, right? We're watching it unfold. Literally just listen to videos about it, or audio about it. So, anywho, you guys, thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight yet again, listening to these audios, talking to me in the chat. You guys are great, the Supreme team. And yeah, hit the like button on your way out. Thank you to all of the mods who helped out today, to all of my channel members, everybody with that S behind their name. I appreciate you guys for showing up as well. And of course, everyone in the chat who helped make everything fun over here. So we will talk about some more things tomorrow. But for now, I'll see you on the next one.